So the Detroit Pistons keep on winning games without Cade Cunningham. Should we just keep betting on Detroit? Well, I've actually uncovered another betting opportunity based on the style of play that they've played without their leading scorer. We're going to talk about that in this video. Detroit will be a 3.5-point road favorite at Orlando. The total sits at 225.5. And Detroit comes in with a 57-21 straight up record. They have clinched first place in the Eastern Conference. They have a road record of 26-12, and they're now 13-4 without Cade Cunningham. But I said I've uncovered a different angle that I want to lean on here in this game, and they've averaged 15.3 points per game. That's 2 points below their season average in the games they've played without Cade Cunningham. But perhaps even more significant is they've allowed just over 105 points per game during that 17-game span, which is over 4 points fewer than they've allowed for the regular season. That tends to indicate that they're going to play lower scoring games without their leading scorer. Go figure. It seems to make sense, doesn't it? But this is a team that ranks third in the NBA in scoring defense anyways. They're only allowing 109.4 points per game this season. But one thing that people are going to say is they've already clinched the East. What do they got to play for? And are they going to rest their starters? So let's address that. Yes, they've clinched the East, but I don't think they're going to want to turn it off and then try and turn it back on again. That's a dangerous proposition when there's only 4 or 5 games left in the season. You want to turn it off like a tap and then turn it right back on again. I don't think that's what the Pistons want to do. I think some starters might see reduced minutes. They might increase a rotation and get more bench players involved in the games. But as far as what do they have to play for, this is a potential first-round matchup. And they don't want to let the Orlando Magic have one over on them here in this game. I think they want to keep on keeping the pedal to the metal while being cautious with certain starters. So I think it's probably a good idea to lay off the player props as far as Pistons starters. I think the younger guys like Thompson and Duran, there's really no reason to worry about them getting hurt at this point, I don't think. Perhaps some of the veterans like Tobias Harris, Duncan Robinson, you will see those guys sit out games or play reduced minutes. I don't think that's going to prevent them from winning games if they want to win games. A guy that I actually like here is Caris Levert. He's a role player that has gone over his points total in 4 of his last 5 games, scored double digits in 2 of those games. And I believe if they're going to get other guys involved, he's a prime candidate to pick up some of that slack as far as scoring, and he might get a few more looks in this game. He's only averaged 7.5 points per game, played an average of 19.4 minutes this season. I wouldn't be surprised if he plays 25 plus minutes tonight and scores in double digits. As of recording this video, I'm not seeing any accurate lines, but recent games, he's been priced anywhere from 6.5 to 9.5. And anywhere in single digits, I like Caris Levert to go over that number. We're going to talk about the Orlando Magic, but before we do, let me tell you about a promotion we have available right now at wagertalk.com. And we're going to talk the NBA. We're going to talk the NBA playoffs because they're right around the corner. No better handicapper to follow in the NBA playoffs than myself. Consistency is everything in this business. And as you can see by the records on the screen, I have consistently delivered profits year in, year out in the postseason. Unfortunately, we came up a little bit. We lost a few units in last year's playoffs. We were 2 games above 500. And we ended up on the wrong side in the finals, which was, it's unfortunate, but that is the name of the game. Overall records, 202, 158 with a profit of 64 units dating back to 2021. And the big news is I've decided to team up with my man, Ben Burns. And who is Ben Burns? Well, he's just the #1 basketball handicapper on the Wager Talk Network all time. 323 units of all-time profit with his basketball picks. He's up 160 units with his NBA top plays. That's 4% and 5% plays. Ben Burns can make you some money on the hardwood, and you can get both of us for $99 each. Check the deals page, check wt.buzz/JS. You will see that deal available heading into the postseason. Now let's get back into this video. Let's talk about those Orlando Magic. Orlando, probably one of the most disappointing teams in the NBA this year. 42-36 straight up, 23-15 at home, and they're kind of locked into the play-in. They're 2 games back of the 7 seed Toronto and the 6 seed Philadelphia, who are tied on points. And a lot of people will talk about, oh, this is a must-win game. Orlando needs this win to move up in the seeding, whereas Detroit has already clinched. I don't like to talk about must-win games for teams that have played the way Orlando has played this season. I mean, this is a Magic team that ranked first in the NBA in scoring defense a year ago. They were allowing 105.5 points per game. They currently rank 15th, allowing 115.4 points per game, 10 points more than they allowed last year. They've got similar personnel. They've got the same coach. I don't think they're going to have the same coach for long. Jamal Mosley is definitely on the hot seat. This Orlando team, they haven't played well all season. They're coming off a couple wins against inferior opponents. I don't like Orlando at all in this game. They've gone under in 7 of their last 10 versus the Detroit Pistons. They lost 106-92 at Detroit the last time they played the Pistons. And they're coming off of a 112-108 win over the New Orleans Pelicans, but they trailed by 15 points at one point in that game. So I don't want to hear too much about must-win games for the Orlando Magic. I like the under 225 in this game. Like I said, I think Detroit could get more role players involved. That usually helps the under because the role players aren't usually as skilled, particularly shooting the basketball, as the starters. And Detroit I believe, will continue to play hard and play strong defense. The history suggests the under is a good play. But in particular, the bet that I've been riding is the Pistons' opponent points total under. So Orlando's team total under 111.5. I've cashed that in quite a few times during this stretch without Cade Cunningham. And we're going to go back to the well with Orlando team total under 11.5 points. Remember, I did mention Caris Levert as well, if you can get him in single digits for his points total. If you like this video, smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, and if you've got anything to say to me, even if it's nasty, hit me up in the comments below. I'll surely get back to you as soon as I can.